wish to all the gods it had never sailed. The Argo had never set its proud prow in the humped blue rocks of distant islands. Forced itself through straits, raced waves to land on unlucky Colchis. Why? Why did the sun never heat up the soil, in which there split that seed that grew from sapling to tree, birth enough to be felled to build its keel? Why was it ever oared? Why crewed with heroes fit to filch the golden fleece? Adventurers! My lady Medea would never have sailed with Jason. Would not have, for his sake, tricked Pelias' daughters into killing their father. For Jason's sake, she fled here to Corinth with Jason and their kids. Ingrained herself, sucked in, fawning exile, a foreigner for his sake. Now it all sours on her. See how he's turned. Brave Jason's bedded a new bride, Glauc, daughter of Creon the king. And Medea left to rot among the spilt and wasted love she's stuck with. She's thrown out like an old coat that no longer fits him. She won't be comforted. Cries until she can cry no more. Stares at the cold ground. Cries again. Cries sore. And kindness leave her be. She rolls in her rags, claws at herself, keening. Too late she screams remorse for her father lost, a land abandoned, the betrayals she made for Jason, who forewarned betrays her. No, too late. Too late she learns she should have clung to what she had. Children. She looks on them with empty eyes, as if they're nothing to her. I fear for her. Fear her. I close my eyes and see Medea creeping through the labyrinth palace, following her hatred like a thread. I see a dagger thrust in a double bed, skewering the lovers together. I see the spilt blood of Creon the king. She's capable of anything.
Well, everyone, what's the crack?
Adventurers!
What are you doing diddering here? Going on about the griefs of your betters, sure they'll not cry for you.
Hear ye, sweet children, not a care in all the world. What are grown-up griefs to kids? Play away, for your mother, things could not be worse.
Oh, could they not? So much you know, Alwyn. That's not what I heard, I tell you.
What did you hear?
Oh, I'm saying nothing.
Tell me.
Oh, to say nothing is already to have said too much.
Speak to me. We're slaves. Both the same sore place in this catastrophe.
Oh, sure, don't I know it? And when I bawl, it'll be for myself. I heard talk. I wasn't seen. It was down where the old men play draughts and blather on, and sure, maybe blather is all it is. Word is, King Creon, he's the boss. Means to have the children and their mother banished.
Not Jason. He wouldn't. Their mother maybe, but not his most beloved children.
Oh, sure, things change. The Jason today doesn't give 2 fucks for anybody in this house.
Misery piled on misery and more of it. You agony before the first has done its worst.
Oh, shh! Say nothing, sure, if it's this black, your mistress will know soon enough.
Children, do you hear what father you have? I wish you were... No, I'll not say it. I'll not wish my lord and master dead. By gods, how he treats those he should love.
Ah! Get real out one, sure, what's the world about? Jason can do, so Jason does. How are you, bride? Bye-bye, children.
Take the children out. And watch them, woman, give them away from their mother. Her hurt eyes of hate. Would she not do harm, all harm, to your enemies, Medea, not those you should love? There, child, there. Your poor mother, she's not right. Go, keep away from her. That's not your mother, the state she's in.
Oh, Sean, Mrs. Sean.
Why don't you bloody die, you cursed litter of a cursed mother? I hate my life and all I've done in it. I wish I never had you with your hated father. Let it all just crash around us in the ruins it's in.
My marrow curdles to hear her curse what she most loves. Is it not true, the grand and horrid passions of the high and mighty rule them more cruelly than they, the rulers, rule us humble folk? 'Tis better a quiet life, where thank gods too dull to draw down the vengeance of the anyways angry gods, who anyways punish them who think themselves somebody.
That cry.
We heard it.
We knew it in our bones. It curdled our blood too. We are sorry for your sorrow.
Sister!
Is that how they cry in Colchis? Medea!
Houses in ruin, ashes, a cold hearth and the fire put out in it. He's lording it, lolling about with his new bit, while she lies in cold ashes, inconsolable.
I wish to all the gods that I was dead and done with it.
That's to wish for death when it comes soon enough without you tempted.
So your man fucks another.
Fuck him!
Fuck
him!
Loves her? Tough. Love him, do you?
You grow out of that.
We were not born yesterday.
We are all survivors of the sex war.
Married women.
Widows,
Divorced.
Mistresses.
wives,
No virgins here.
Marriage over. Shame. So that's it then.
So get on with it.
Justice! Gods! Look down on me and see my pain. I killed my own brother for you, Jason. Now I'll see you dead, and that damned royal poppet too.
Bring her out and let us convince her.
We're friends.
We can help her.
I'm afraid even to approach her. I know her spells, her power, her cunning, how far she'll go. And I'm scared of her, more even than I fear for her. She nurses her rage, like a lioness nursing her last living cub. Claws at me, bull glares, gore me, gash me, and anathema, that blank stare.
That cry. We've heard it from the mother opening the door to the boy in wartime.
That cry from the unquiet wife who opens the door to the checkered hats of two policemen late in a foggy night.
That cry, we heard it from the mother in the hospital corridor when she sees the doctor's face.
the cry from the woman whose lover's eyes have not quite lied. When she asked him, "Tell me, is there someone else?"
That cry.
We have heard it
From our sisters.
Mothers
from ourselves. That cry.
We did not know we knew how to cry out.
could not help but cry out.
And we say,
We are sorry for your sorrow.
We are sorry for your sorrow.
sister.
Is that how they cry out in Colchis? Medea.
Rage, yes.
Rage!
At the traitor in your bed.
Salt and bitter are those tears as the seas you set sail with him.
Ladies of all time, ladies of this place, and others, I'm here now. I know that you've thought me strange, standoffish, a snob, you've said of me, not understanding my shyness. My coolness merely masked my terror of being snubbed. Nobody loves a foreigner. Everyone despises anyone the least bit different. See how she ties her scarf? That hair, outlandish. You averted your eyes when you walked past my house, turned your nose up at my household's cooking smells. Oh, why can't you be more like us? Says you Greeks, who bitch about other Greeks for not being Greeks from Corinth. It's true that I've not always been a woman's woman. I can say I wasn't a woman at all until I met my man. Maiden Medea, my father's daughter, was a creature who didn't know she was born. She knew such sweet freedom. If it is a struggle in a bed or behind a bush that engenders us, then it is falling in love that genders us. Jason, I am a woman now. Right out of the blue. Humiliation. I was the last to know that the man who meant more to me than my own life is now the vilest man alive. My faithless husband. Are we women not the most miserable and mocked of all God's creatures? Our fathers scrimp and save a dowry, a lavish wedding breakfast, to buy the man he sells us to. And then, for better or worse, richer or poorer, in sickness or in health, well, your sickness, his health, this man lords it over us. Our lives at the mercy of how his lordship feels, stuck with him and his every demand. We little women must look to him alone for company, kindness, our meal ticket, our every trinket. The compensation? Well, they'll bear the arms. Oh yes, wartime. And they'll find us. I would 3 times sooner go to war than suffer childbirth even once. If I can find some way to make Jason pay, and the man who sells his daughter to him too, promise, will you, woman, keep my secret? We women are too weak, they say, for war, but wrong us in bed though. Oh man, we'll have your guts for garters.
We promise you, we are women, Medea. We know men. We know who's in the right.
Punish him first, Medea.
But here's King Priam.
A man with his own agenda.
What will happen now?
You. Glowering hate face. Husband stopped you, has he? You hate him. The world's not wide enough to hold your breath. You'd be happy then to hear my decree. I banish you. Take your children and away you go, far from our borders. I make the laws and execute them. Only when you're gone will I sleep easy.
I am in the worst of the storm and battered by it. I'm all alone. It's all over for me. No harbour, no haven, not a cave to shelter in. And this I ask you, what have I done to deserve this?
Frankly, I'm afraid of you. Why? I'm afraid that you're going to hurt my daughter. Why? You're clever, cunning, malice is your middle name, and your husband threw you out. Who would blame him? I heard that you dared to threaten us. Not just the bride, but the groom, and me, the king. You do it to Medea. I believe it. So it's in self-defense, nothing personal, that I have to hunt you. Rather, clap you like a pussycat now, then wait and hear your tigress growl.
I've heard this before. I am oppressed by my reputation. The evil one, the witch, the clever woman. Never educate your daughters, Creon. The clever man is envied and despised. The world has no use for them. Fools think them foolish. The clever fear them, put them down, can't take the competition. But a clever woman? Fie. It's the fly in the face of nature. An abomination. Fear me? I can't be very clever, can I? Or not be in this pretty situation. A man. A king. How could I? Why should I harm you who has so far done me no harm? You married your daughter to the man you chose. No harm in that. I can't fault you. But my man married your daughter. It's him I hate. Marry your daughter off and all the best. Good luck to her. She has done nothing to me. I hope they'll both be very happy. All I ask is a quiet corner where I'll keep my head down. I promise you, saying nothing. Bring up my children like a poor and honest widow. Use me as you will. Understand? I'll do anything for you, Creon, to show my gratitude.
Mild words, but inside a seething cauldron. I was not born yesterday, Medea. The more you sweet talk, the less I trust.
I beg you, by your daughter's
Don't
life.
waste your words.
Have you no pity?
None, just duty.
Oh, Colchis, my home, I cry for you.
Go back there then, why don't you?
Colchis. Father,
Brother, foul the nest there, did you? I would have done the same to mine if I did not throw you out. You murdering whore, like vermin from my doors. I love my child, and next to her, I love this place.
love. I'd not wish love on anyone, not even you, my enemy.
You are a pain to me.
I am. One pain from top to toe. I'm dying.
Men!
Sir,
Your escort awaits you, madame. Get up.
I'm on my knees.
Begging for bothering by the gods, you get it.
I'm going. I want to go. One favor, though.
In the name of all the gods, what is it? And then will you go?
One day of peace and preparation. My children to take final leave of their father. They don't hate him. And I to make some desperate provision. Where? How? To save my sweet son and daughter. You are a father too. Have pity on them. You are a man. You should protect the helpless, the weak, women, children. You are a Greek, a man of reason. Civilization. Shall it be said barbarians treat their women and children better? You are a king. You have the power to show mercy.
I'm no barbarian. But I'm no tyrant either. But by showing softness, I've sometimes been the one to suffer for it in the past. So promise me, Medea, I'll not live to regret this. You can have your day. But know this, and it's final. If the dawn rises in the morrow and finds you or your brats still within our borders, you are dead, the lot of you. Understood? One day is not long enough for any of her dirty tricks.
One day, one useless day.
We feel for you, Medea.
Where can you turn?
Who can take you in?
Contaminated as you are.
With the worst luck the gods could chuck at anyone.
It is an overwhelming sea.
Overwhelming! 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 Overwhelming!
Shut up! You're in it up to here.
Evil is deep indeed, but I'm not drowning. While dire times are about to overtake the happy pair and all their crawling kith and kin, unless it furthered my plans, do you think I'd have crawled to him, fawning? That man, I sucked up, begged, touched him. Gods, what my flesh did creep. I'd rather have touched pitch or shit. I gagged, but I swallowed it. A fool. He's a dead man. Could have thwarted me, but granted me my glory day to make 3 cold corpses of him, the king, of the bride, and of the man I hate. My darlings, my familiars, so many ways of killing, and which should I choose? I could set a fire under the honeymoon suite and roast them all like herrings. Or slip silently through the palace to where that bridal bed is made, and where they'll have to lie on with spilt guts as my sure dagger will spike them through. No. The female way is the best way. Poison. The murderess's way, and am I not the queen of it? Pretty poison. My certain expertise. Never let it be said the man was born who could do me down. Hecate, black goddess of midnight, help me now, and a black, black wedding breakfast I'll cook up for them. Woman, useless are we? Good for nothing? Good for evil. And evil's all the good I ever want to be good for again.
Water flows uphill, each stream sucked up backwards to its source. Everything is upside down, skew-if, insane. The way that men, we say the male sex only, can break their every sacred vow, and not fear what nature'd do if she was a fraction as faithless to physics' laws.
We say we'd see the world implode. If women were once worms, we have turned. We will not be put down as once we were. Sling your old slanders of so-called female faithlessness.
Sing us something new, Medea. You sailed from your father's land mad.
Mad.
For a man you didn't know.
Brave, the voyage.
Rocks, storms,
Straits.
Sailor's eyes.
Us strangers.
Only to be dumped.
dishonored in a foreign land.
His word is?
Broken all promises.
Trashed. Honor?
Honor evaporated.
Another woman queens it in your double bed.
It is not what you think. It's not the first time you waste yourself. I've seen it often. The way you will let your tongue run away with you. When a low profile, meek words, acceptance of the status quo would have been the way to keep your own. Your words don't worry me, Medea. Sticks and stones, their straw and chaff the worst of your curses. Call me every vile thing that creeps, I don't care. But Creon is the king. You rant at him. Are you crazy? Count yourself lucky. Exiles all the punishments so far proposed. I feel bad about it. Also, you brought it on yourself, Medea. And I won't stand by and see you starve, or the children go short or want for anything. Call me every low thing that crawls. I still care for you. You make it hard for me. And I've always done my best to calm him down, persuade him you should stay. I could have crept back to you in secret. Would have. But you can't keep it zipped. You will talk treason, court your own banishment.
I can't keep it zipped. Who, what, could be worse than you? I call you coward, piece of vomit. Man, who is no man at all except you're man enough to come here. Amazing. Shamelessness never fails to amaze. Do you think it brave? Where in the depths of your vile maleness do you get the nerve? Thanks for coming though, for I can ease my heart and watch you squirm. First things first, I saved your life and everybody knows it. Each Greek that sailed with you, the whole caboodle of the valiant Argo knows it. Without my magic, you cannot have yoked the fiery bulls in the field of death, nor sown the dragon's teeth. I killed the serpent whose loathsome coils looped the golden fleece. And who was its guardian who never slept? I killed it. I made you, Jason. Betrayed my own father for you, my royal line. Ran mad for you, after you, to Iolcus, Pelias' place. More passion then than sense. I killed King Pelias to keep you secure. Killed him by tricking his loving daughters to unwitting patricide. Horror, and another royal house destroyed. So I did then. Now, so, do you cheat on me? Forsake me? Bed a new bride? I gave you progeny. I'd have seen the force of freshly age on, were I barren, but I bore you a son. You swore by gods who must be dead, so simply you broke all faith with them. My hand that held yours, I should cut it off. My knees that parted to let you easy come between. Defile me. I'm fouled by even memory of your foul touch. So, Jason, you love me and wish me well. Pray tell, friend, sweet husband, where am I to go? To my father's house, perhaps? The father I betrayed to go with you. To Pelias' daughters? They would welcome me with open arms, that glad we did the old man in. This is the state I'm in. My friends and family are history. They hate me now. I made enemies of everyone I ever loved. For you. Hurt those I had no need to hurt. For you.
Let's not exaggerate your role in my story. What you did for me, Medea, you did it. In the first flush of lust for me, let's face it. Aphrodite ought to get the credit. I was her darling. You were her mere instrument. A cunning woman, passion's puppet. Wild to save my hide. Well, fine. I don't want to do you down. You brought it up, though. Inflated it out of all proportion. Excuse me? I'd say you got more than gave, quite frankly. Dragged from the backwoods to civilization. From brutish pig's wheel chaos to sweet law and reason. To this place where, God help them, they've made much of you. Your cunning, your so sexy skills. If you were stuck in the sticks, would they be sung about? Fame matters. How it does. To you and me, Medea. Embrace it. It's our fate to be sung about, not sing. So much for all that. My marriage with a princess. It's not what you think. Politics, not passion. What I feel for her is nothing to the sweet, hot love that once I felt for you. Calm down. It's a good thing, potentially. Listen, we're on the run. All of us in every kind of deep shit till I land lucky, on the safe shores of marriage with the daughter of the main man. We're laughing. What's eating you is a sex thing. It's not. Then I've gone off you and fancy some fresh young flesh to fuck? That's crude. Also, I would not have thought you would have gone for such mean and cliched thoughts, Medea. I thought we knew each other better. And I don't want more kids. Our brood. Aren't they enough for both of us? But I'll not be nothing, nor our children be beggars. If they can have new brothers in one first united family, it's for the best. Don't you get it? Guns for brains. That's women. They're all the same. Happy in the sack and all the world is a bed of clover. If it goes sour, they go spare and hate you. Sex. I wish there was another way to get us sons. Without women, the world would be a lovely place.
Well said, Jason.
We understand you do your wife a favour by dumping her.
We beg to differ? Maybe there's something wrong with me. I'm not like other people who can't cloak evil in a plausible coat. Wrap up this crap in fancy phrases, but one thing gives lie to it. You did it behind my back.
And if I told you, listen to the unreasonable rage of you.
What it is this. A senior statesman, a foreign wife, a savage. I'm an embarrassment to you.
It's not what you think. It's not for sex. It's not for snobbery. Will you take a telling? My royal wedding, but for boss-class brothers for our boy, to best protect him.
Protection. Poisoned prosperity. I want no part of it.
You'll see, eventually. You'll change your tune.
You're wrong, but torture and torment me. You're safe. I'm exiled, abandoned, and alone.
You brought that on yourself.
So I did. I took another woman and abandoned you.
You cursed the royal family.
And yours, Jason.
We're going round in circles. If you love our children, Medea, leave them here. You fucked it up for yourself. Your own big mouth got you exiled. Still, I'll do everything to help I can. Cash, letters. I'll bust a gut to find someone kind enough to take you in.
Screw your favors, Jason. Your foul friends are no friends of mine.
God, are you watching? I've done everything I could. For you, the kids. And you fling it all back in my face. You're a mad woman. It will be the worst for you.
Go on. You're hot for her. Go mount the cow. No malingering, get married, man. Your honeymoon will end in bitter tears. Baby, Jason is not worth it. This pain, it paralyzes me. You women are filled with ire on my behalf. I feel emptied. Jason is right. My children would be better off if I left them here with their father, who loves them. He loves them and can give them everything. So much. So much. I love my children. Can I leave them? Can I play the part of one of you until I learn it? Sigh and say, it happens. I wasn't the first and I won't be the last. In 100 years, it will all be the same. As if when Cupid, Aphrodite's child, sweet Eros, drove the shaft of his arrow into my heart, as deep as the feathers, he never struck me. With love for Jason, I'm stuck with forever.
We're amazed.
How dare she?
Here's the princess.
Proud Glauc, do you know this place? This person that you dare to approach?
We are quaking.
You were not scared.
Our Glauc.
Maybe you not entirely grasp the situation.
Medea, my lady, I think it's daft we should fight like this. Over a man. I am Glauc.
I've heard of you. Well, my girly Glauc, what should we fight about instead?
They say you were a witch, but I don't believe it.
Believe it. You bit of thistledown. One breath, and I could blow an allergen, an irritant, like you away.
Oh, I don't think so. I'm not some lightweight bit of fluff. He loves me. I did not plan it. I never wanted my happiness should hurt another woman. Do you know how much it hurts me? My happiness should hurt another woman. But if a man no longer loved me and wanted his freedom, I'd be too proud to keep him. I don't hate you, Medea.
Do you expect me to say the same?
No, that would not be reasonable. I can understand it if at this moment you think that you hate me, Medea. I know what you and Jason have been to each other in the past. These things are not easy. Still, we must, for the sake of the children, make the best of things. I know for you and Jason, everything has long been over in the man and wife sense of things. Still, you are your children's mother and father.
Thank you for these homilies.
Oh, you're welcome.
It is always useful to view one's situation from the outside, see things from the point of view of the other players in the drama.
Oh, I think so. Otherwise, we are at the mercy of our passions.
And God save us from such a fate. The horror of being trapped in one's own vile consciousness, torn eternally by the snarly warring imperatives of our passions. But a little empathy, imagination, walking the odd mile in the other person's shoes would put everything into perspective.
I think you mock me. I may not be as clever as you, but I'm not stupid.
You mock me. You may not be as clever as I, but I don't have my husband.
The past. The past. What's done is over. You live inside your own self only. You live in the past.
Maybe someday, if she lives so long, she will suffer. But the girl Gluck is in love, happy now.
I made that man. And now some fool of a slip of a girl is to feast on what is left of him. So, things have long been over in the man and wife sense of things between Jason and I. You believe that? The oldest lie in the book. We fuck all the time.
Your womb is a dried up pod, rattling with shriveled old seeds. You cannot give him any more babies, and my sweet firstborn already is kicking in mine.
Indeed, I tell you. Take it as a friendly warning in the man and wife sense of things between Jason and I. Things have not yet begun.
I did not come here to quarrel. I am a civilized person, a Greek. These things happen. I am to marry a man who is a father already. I want him to be happy. Jason's wishes for the children's future are that they should stay with us. I'll be good to them, for Jason's sake. You can trust me.
Maybe someday, if she lives so long, she will suffer. But the girl Gluck is in love and happy now.
Think about this calmly when I'm gone. Jason would love to see his children at our wedding. If you ever loved him, you will send them.
I think you show forbearance indeed, Medea. Best that can be said in the mitigation of the young, as they are not yet old.
Her unkindness to you is unforgivable, but may be understandable. We disliked her too. Nevertheless, she sounded sincere about loving the children.
Even if it isn't for Jason's sake, you love your children so much, you must leave them.
Hell is certainly have frozen over first. Her own words have sealed her fate forever. Her father's doom and her husband's too. Want my children at her wedding, does she? Ah, she shall have them. Here's my hellish plan. Listen, ladies, it is lovely. I'll send the granny or the grunt to get Jason again. I'll beg, grovel a bit, soft words. Remorse, I could have doubted him. The dad he is the best dad. The new bride, so sweet, and reconciles. I'll let the children stay. As if I could ever leave them, here, ringed around by my enemies and taught to hate me. Never. But they're my booby traps. Oh, my beauties. We'll do her in. I'll have the children bring her my wedding gifts, a silken robe, a golden crown that will brand her skull like red-hot iron. And as soon as the pretty flimsies touch her flesh, she dies. The abortion in her womb, aborted like all her tomorrows. I'll snuff her out, and all who touch her die as well, so toxic will be her corpse. Then, I can't say it. Do it then. I'll kill the children. I must, to save them. Shall I let my boy become a cruel man like his father? Shall I let my daughter grow up to womanhood in this world's mercy? Never! I'll kill you first, my darlings. And then, when I've done for Jason utterly, I'll die happy.
Medea!
We are your friends. Let us help you.
Don't do it!
Life, death, God's law.
You cannot!
You could not. I must. How else will hard-hearted Jason learn his crying lesson? Less talk, more action. Ladies, let's get a move on. Nurse,
Yes?
send the servants run for Jason.
You are not of our kind, but any animal would die for its young. Medea,
Stop this!
What greater power than the love of a mother for her children? Every animal would die for its young. Is that not nature's way, Medea?
The mother sheep offers her own white throat to the wolf and saves her lambs.
Cornered.
the savage she-wolf, sacrificed itself for its helpless cub.
Missus, you were looking for me.
Bring me Jason.
Sure I will. A mother should die for her young Medea, not be her children's murderess.
Hell itself will reject you. There's no reparation.
You cannot be purified of this crime. For humankind it is a horror of horrors. How can you?
The children you suckled at your breast and looked in their eyes and smiled on them, you now look in their eyes and slash them to their knees.
With the hardest of hearts, with the hardest of hands.
Still,
You cannot do this!
Here I am. For all your hatred, I'm still here. What new medicine, or have you? Is it too much to hope for? Come to your senses.
Jason, I swallow my pride here. And you know me, I don't find that easy. I've been a fool. My foul temper hurts me as much as it hurts you. Believe me, but turn the other cheek, can't you? I beg you to forgive me. Of course, I see now. You did not fall in love with a younger woman. The politics, it was beyond me at first. I don't mind admitting it. Too emotional to be rational, like you always said. Forgive me, but I see what you're doing now. It's for the best, for all of us. The future of our son and daughter is what matters now, and that's always been your first thought. I wish you well, my old darling. We women have such petty natures sometimes. It's good that you're big enough to rise above dog eat dog, snarl for snarl, vicious circle I indulged in earlier. All I want to say is, I was wrong. Children, don't shrink from us. We both love you. Come and kiss your daddy. See like I do. God's the hell of it. The horror of knowing what I know, hiding what I must hide, the dagger agony to see them hug him. But never in this world will they stretch out their sweet warm arms to me again, as long as they shall live, as long as any of us shall live. My heart breaks. I can't. I must. Look, dear hearts, my quarrel with your dad is done. Grown up anger. Your innocent eyes will not see such a shameful scene again. My cheeks are wet with happy tears.
We are crying too. We wish to all the gods there was not worse, but we fear there's worse to come.
There is my old own sweet girl I recognize. No more of that bitterness. Not that I blame you altogether. It was a shock, I'm sure, and only natural for a passionate woman to get a bit upset. It took a little while, but you understand. That's excellent. My boy, and Daddy's own little princess. Are you listening? Your father's been giving it a lot of thought. Your future, one day, is your sister. You'll be one of the tops in Corinth, the ruling class, a leader, or a leader's wife, first lady. Why not? No hopes are too high. Nothing's too good for Jason children. And all you have to do to make your daddy happy is to grow up good and strong. Eat, work, play the game, play hard, play fair, fear nothing. Your daddy and the gods will always be here to protect you. Now, Medea, what's the matter? More tears. Why? Nothing in these bland words that should upset you.
Nothing. I was just thinking of our children.
Well, be assured I'll take good care of them.
I know you will. My tears are just a mother's. They need their father's hand, that's true, but when you wish them grown and powerful, it hurt. That's all. Banished as I'll be. I'm not arguing. I understand. In my absence, Glauc will accept them. My lovely children. Do not love them. Ask your bride to ask her father to let the children stay.
She's a gentle girl, is Glauc. I know they'll learn to love her.
And she will love them too. I will help them. Gifts! Fetch them, nurse. I have a pretty pair to send her, a shawl of the finest silk, a golden crown. Now, take this box and carefully, what is inside must not crush. From my old darling girl to your new, your lucky one with the best man in all the world to bed her, Glauc, and we'll wrap her for you like a present. Glauc in cloth of gold and with a golden crown.
Stop! This is too much, Medea. We can't accept. Glauc has everything she needs. It would be greedy. The palace groans under the weight of gold and silks already. Save this for yourself.
Even gods and millionaires like gifts. Gold brings luck, and I want your bride to have it. I know they will learn to love her, and she will love them too.
Take the presents. Then come back and tell Medea that what she hoped would happen, happened. And Glauc smiled on you.
That's it. No hope for these children now. They wrote the walk-ons, their death.
It's not long.
She'll grasp the golden tiara. Her own hands will crown her golden head with her own bright death. It shines, that robe of cloth of gold, and from its gleaming folds there rises perfume, amber. Put it on. She will. She'll shawl herself for a wedding with her only marriage partner. Death.
We feel for you too, Medea, mother of children.
Murderer of children.
Mother.
Murderer.
What an end to a domestic commonplace. The adulterous husband in the other woman's bed.
Mrs., the children are reprieved. They're safe. No banishment. I waited at the palace and watched. When Jason came back with the children, oh, we were over the moon. Word is amongst the slaves. The quarrel's over. Jason was smiling. The bride Glauk, our mistress in place of you, smiled too. She picked up your little daughter and set her on her lap, and she whispered, holding her little hand against her belly, "You feel your baby brother kick." And she kissed her and set her down again. Why'd you turn away so pale? Oh, aren't you pleased that children are spared? Ah, what's wrong? Did I speak out of turn? Maybe I shouldn't have told you about Glauk and your daughter. Mind, I never said your daughter liked it. Ah, it's good news, surely.
You said what you saw, my sweet and faithful servant.
Oh, Mrs. don't cry. Oh, I hate to see a woman cry. Sure, many before you have been parted from their children. And what we cannot change, we must endure.
Endure it I shall. I'll obey you, my sweet and faithful servant. Are you my faithful servant?
Oh, Mrs., you knows I am.
And a woman to trust?
Oh, tomorrow I go with you into exile. You will find me faithful, discreet, and any service I can render you will be the pleasure and not only the duty of a lady as beautiful and kind as you, Medea, my lovely, lovely lady.
There is a certain small thing.
Sure, anything.
The wedding. Could you go back to the palace and tell me what the bride was wearing?
What the bride was wearing?
Um,
Sure,
I would be very grateful. In your debt indeed.
sure.
Children, come and kiss your mama. You'll never know how much your mother loves you. Children, I am to say goodbye to you now. The only things I have left to love in this life. I thought my heart was dead, but I still love you. Goodbye, before I see you grown, before I dress you for your weddings or make your marriage beds. I chose this way, but by the gods it's sore. Was it for this I suckled you and weaned you, labored long to give you life, and the hopes I had that when I died, you'd close my eyes and dressed me for a decent burial? The natural cycle of things. Sweet thought. No hope. My beauties. I can't do it. I've lost my nerve. It's not right. It won't happen. I'll take them now and run. What is wrong with you? Dare, are you so weak that mother love can turn you? My enemies of scoffing and laughing at me? Take them, and they'll catch us. Inevitable. Inevitable. I save them first. The bride is crowned now, dressed for her wedding and her bridegroom death. She's on her way. I know it. I'm on my way too.
The ship and chariot, go!
What happened?
Oh, they're dead, as well you know. The princess, her father, Creon dead. You're poisoned. Bitch!
I've never heard you speak a finer word. As the royal correspondent, you're the woman for me.
Oh, you're mad! You did it! And by the gods, you're glad you did it!
Calm down. Catch your breath. Don't rush it. I want the whole story. Sing up, spit it out. Was it really such a horrible, agonizing way to go? Don't spare me any of the delightful details. The worse it was, the better.
The ceremony was done. Creon kissed his daughter and shook the hand of her new husband and took his leave, reminding how in the great hall there would be a feast later. But in the meantime there was dancing and whistling and cheering, applause from us servants as the happy couple took to the floor together. Oh, and when the bride's eyes lit up on the crown your daughter brought her, sure nothing would do her any to leave her husband's side laughing. She ran, took it up, set it gold on top of her hair. And when she pulled out that soft silk shawl, a sigh went up at its shimmer. She shimmied over to the mirror and stopped, stilled by her own silver beauty in the glass. And she stared, smiling, totally taken in with herself, and sure, why wouldn't she be? Oh, but then, something hellish. Before her eyes, her face changed colour. She swayed, reeled across the floor, her legs buckling under her. She barely made it to the chair. And one of the servant girls thought she was carrying on, that it was all a joke, and she whooped. But then she saw Her Majesty foaming at the mouth, her eyes all milky and opaque, flickering, pupils rolling back. And the colour she was, oh jeez, it was the colour of clay death. And she was gasping, ripping scarfs of breath from the air, drawing them into her lungs, drowning. Oh sure, then the servant girl changed her tune. She let out a whoop, made all her blood turn cold. We just stood there with the horror of it. There was running feet everywhere when the palace rang out, turning the place upside down, looking for her father. Jason, he just stood there, the look on his face I hope to never see on another human face again. As long as it takes a good runner to lap a racetrack, she was slumped unconscious. But then she found her voice. Her eyes bulged. She began to scream and scream. For a second, agony took hold of her. That golden circlet on her head became a filigree of flame, melting and dripping liquid fire. And the soft silk shawl, the other present from your children, began to shrivel, suck, paste itself to her skin, smothering, strangling, branding her flesh as if she was fire itself. Oh, she leapt up, rolling in agony, trying to put herself out. And sure, no one would have known her, only her father, burning and bleeding as she was, and her soft flesh falling from her bones like tallow to a flame boiler, fat from a lamb on a spit, oozing and bursting like resin drops to a burning pine, until finally the horrid corpse was blackened, silent, still. Sure, we drew back. We were terrified. None of us would touch it. We'd seen, we knew. The Creon came, poor man. He ran in, cried out, fell on the corpse, cradled it, sobbing. God, let me die with you, he cried. A parent should not outlive their child. And he wept until his owled eyes could weep no more, and he was all cried out. But when he tried to stand up, didn't the corpse cling to him like ivy clings to laurel? And it was a dance macabre, all right, with the owl fella trying to struggle free and the dead weight of the dead corpse trying to pull him down again. Until finally, the same fate. His aged skin falling from his bones. Until he snuffed it, croaked it. And there they lie, father on top of daughter, corpse on corpse, in a horrid parody of an unnatural embrace. The gods were good. Someone was listening when he cried, I want to die. Could be said he. Right Ryo got his wish. And that's it. No surprise to you. By the gods, I'm afraid for you. I'm more afraid than I am of Jason and the soldiers he'll bring to torch this place. They'll kill us. We may not have a snowball in hell's chance, but we must run, Alwyn, run.
I can't.
Oh.
Jason has suffered most terribly today, as he well deserved to, truly.
But the poor silly children, the bride, born to the bad fate of being Creon's daughter.
That sent you Jason, death, for a bridegroom. And your honeymoon destination?
Hell!
Friends, it's time. Waiting's over. There is one way, and quickly. Delay would be fatal. Another's hand, not a mother's loving hand, would kill my children. Wring your heart in steel. Raise your hand. That sword. Do it! Flesh of my own flesh. This bitter place where I must kill to prove my love.
God, stop her, if gods you are! Mother Earth, open up and swallow her now before she forever defiles you with the spilt blood of her own children.
Pointless? The pain of giving birth to them? Useless? Your love of them? It was for them to get your children. You braved those narrow straits. Between those jagged bruise-coloured rocks sailed close to death. And not for Jason.
You, raging art, this is the prize. To God it's sought.
Your heart is nothing human. Sex makes birth, makes death. But here is a broken circle. Here is nothing natural.
Where is she? That monster. Is she in there? Or did she run? No place to hide. No hole in the earth, nowhere to escape. The royal vengeance that hunts her down. I'm here to get my children before someone kills them for their mother's crime.
Jason, the poor man. Sorrow, you don't know. You don't yet know the half of it.
My children! No! My boy. My darling girl. No. No.
You do not feel it yet. When you're old, you will.
You killed them!
To kill you, Jason, while you're still alive.
You've put yourself beyond all pity. I wish you dead. But to touch you even with my sword stick would disgust me.
Nothing you do can touch us now. We're out of reach. Beyond you.
Let me bury my children.
They're not dead to me.
Out of their bright wounds their avenging furies swarm. Justice! Blood for blood!
Flesh of my flesh. Revenge.
Must have been mad. I was mad for you. I did not know you. I know you now.
Tiger. Fury. Harpy. She-wolf. Monster. Witch. Yes, I am. For I have taken out your heart and devoured it.
Your pain is just as bad as mine.
Wrong. I have your pain to comfort me.
Children, the mother you had.
Children! The father you had.
It's over. It's all over.
It will never be over. End of story.
I wish I had never held you. Beautiful monster in my arms. I wish I had never turned to you in the night. Never let you give birth to this.
I wish to all the gods it had never sailed. The Argo had never set its proud prow between pumped blue rocks, distant islands. Forced itself through straits to land on unlucky Colchis.